ॐ ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yesterday we were talking that to look for a doctor, I need to understand that I have some physical problem, some health problem. To look for a psychologist or at least grandparents or well-wisher, I also need to understand that I have some mental problem. So in short, I have to understand that I have a problem. And here, interestingly, we come to the conclusion that a person has to, the person has to come to a conclusion that not only I have problems, but also I have a serious common problem that is inherent in all problems. Until and unless I come to a conclusion, I come to an understanding. That understanding is I have a series of problems. And that was serious problem. And in these problems, there is common thread. When I come to this much understanding, then only I will look for a teacher, or else I will never look for a teacher. I will look for many things in the name of a teacher. That's why one is supposed to first come to this understanding that I am having problem, that too serious problem. Then there is a common thread. When you have this understanding, then you go to a teacher. Interestingly, the teacher will say, hey, look, you don't have problem. In fact, you are the problem. Can you see this one? Understand? Because a psychologist, your well-wisher, grandparents, they will acknowledge that you have problem. They will support that you have problem. But they will never point out that you are the problem. Because the moment you are being pointed out that you are the problem, what you will do? You will never go to those grandparents, you will never go to the psychologist to pay money, you understand? And moreover, I say very carefully, until and unless you know that you have problem, and in the series of problem, you see something common. There is a common thread. If you are not this not having this much understanding or maturity, even if the teacher points out that you are the problem, you will reject that teacher and teaching. Maybe out of helplessness, maybe you're based on your agenda, you may continue with teaching, we may continue with the teacher, but in long run, you will never continue. Because there will be conflict. Whenever you are being pointed out that you are the problem, you cannot take it. You start rebelling. You start challenging. That's why you can see for yourself. Whenever you start challenging others, that means deep within, you are not able to accept that you are the problem. That is a common thread. So always you think you have problem. As we discussed, I have problems because of my parents, because of my childhood, because of my this, that. I keep blaming others. If nothing happens, so I, call somebody, hey, look, now I think my grahas, my planets are not in a good position. Poor planets gets, blamed. And if planets goes, no, actually my planets are good, but my spouse planet is not. There is another level of, okay? Because of others' planet, I am also affected. Now tell me to that person, what can you say? However, here, once you understand, this is the basic understanding, which is being taught in differently in Mundaka Upanishad. Pariksha Lokan Karmachita. That is called maturity language. So that person is an eligible for Vedanta or approaching a teacher. The one who has done what are the things to be done, not the person who is an escapist, not the person who is always running away, but the one who has strength or who had strength to face the situation, did whatever to be done. And while experiencing, the person has examined. Because experiencing and while experiencing, examining, there is another step, that is maturity. You experience, I experience, everybody experiences. But how many of us do examine our experiences? Yes, we all examine based on our preferences, based on insecurity. But do I see that in all my experiences, there is a common thread? And what is that common thread? The experiences does not make me elated. The experiences does not make me depressed either. But there is a common thread. Whenever any experiences matches that common thread, I am happy. When it does not match, I am unhappy. Have you ever experienced? Have you ever examined this in experiences? In every experiences, you can observe any one of your experience you look at. There is a common thread. So that common thread is called examination. And more I examine that there is a common thread, then only I am eligible to approach a teacher. That's why in Adhyatma Ramayana, very nicely it is being discussed, this aspect. Especially Lord Rama, after studying under teacher, and he was supposed to be coronated, and he went through, let us say, depression, means he closed himself. So when he closed himself, Dasharatha was really worried what is happening to him. And of course, finally, when Vasishtha came and tried to find out exactly what has happened, that time Lord Rama said, look, I am not going to be the first king. nor I am going to the last king. There are many kings have come and many kings have left. I am just one of them. Is this the purpose of life? Did I come for all these things? Vasishtha, when he heard this thing, that means this person is not, now is waking up. And that is how, the teaching started. So this understanding common thread makes you to approach a teacher, or else teaching will be time pass. It will be called intellectual massage. I have completed, graduation, this, that. Now let me study some Vedanta. And in Vedanta, I have completed Bhagavad Gita, I have completed Aprokshanbhuti. Now let me look at Guru Gita. What does this Guru Gita talks? So it becomes another time pass. And this time pass is a dangerous time pass. It is better to eat and sleep than this sort of time pass. Do you know why? Once you look for this time pass, it becomes so addicted. Neither you are this side nor you are that side. Thoroughly confused. It's exactly. You can talk to, remember, ignorant idiot. You can relate with one ignorant idiot. Can you relate with so-called educated or arrogant idiot? Will it be possible? Try. And especially when you are educated, this language, this Vedantic language, you are in some other level. Because you will first justify yourself, and or you will take all sort of notes and all sort of experiences, you will examine based on your insecurity, not the teaching. How? That's why the word guru becomes important. So in Shastra, we say, so what is Shastra? That also we have to understand. Don't translate Shastra as scripture. So Shastra to be translated as Shastra. Anadhigata, avadhita, jnana janakam iti Shastra. So that is called Shastra. That the subject matter is in that book, in that the place, which is not available before or any other place. Na adhigata. It cannot be copy paste. It cannot be AI, remember. So AI formulated literature cannot be called as Shastra. Secondly, avadhita. It cannot be negative. Old Testament, New Testament, old version, new version cannot be negated, subject not to any sort of negation. And the most important thing is jnana janakam, not karma chodanam. It generates, it gives knowledge, not it pushes you, do this, do that. It does not command you. It just gives knowledge. It is up to you to do or not to do. It never says that you have to do. If you don't do, there is hell. If you do, you will go to heaven. It's not like that either. So it has to be jnana janakam. That is called Shastra. That's what, technically, we take Veda only as Shastra. Not any other religious literature, because if you see any other things, we cannot take Shastra. Scripture is no problem. How? So the Shastra says very carefully. So what is Guru? So Guru means, we say, Gunati, Grunati, Upadishati, Vedadi, Shastrani, iti. That means here, the person, one who teaches Shastras to a student, Upadishati. Grunati, gu comes from the root gru, means upadishati, the one who does upadesham. That's why in all of you must have, some of you, when you do this, Gayatri Upadesha, what you say? Brahmopadesha. So Brahma means they are Veda, okay? So that is called Upadesha. So the teaching starts there. So here he says, why? Now, here he says, look, now, same thing also. I start taking the Upadesha because seeing the greatness and wisdom of the person, Giryate, Stuyate, Sau Mahatva, Jnana Tapo Prudhatva. Now, when I see this both, then automatically I try to see what I am going to get. That's why Sureshwara Acharya very nicely says, which is very popular, that Gukarastu Andhakara Vai, Rukara Tannivartaka, Andhakara Nirudhitva, Guruhu iti avidhikate. So where he says that in the Guru, the word Gu stands for ignorance. And Ru is nothing but removing or destroying, destruction of ignorance. So that means, so that person is Guru, that person who helps me to destroy my ignorance. This is what I look for. And why I look for? Because I know I have a serious problem. And in that serious problem, that I am the problem, the thread. And what is that problem? The problem is sense of becoming. I am a samsari. I am insecure. I always do not feel challenged. I feel always, vulnerable. I am the only person who is affected. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody as though is perfect. So that means what? Here I am in the samsara as a samsari. I feel I am drowning. I am suffocating. Now, because of this, now the teaching helps the person to come out of the samsara. Remember here, teacher is not going to pull you out. Teacher is not going to do anything. Teaching is not going to help you. Look, I complete teaching. Then what happens? Now you are a free person because I blessed you. Have you ever seen in Bhagavad Gita? What did Lord Krishna say after teaching? Hey, do what is to be done. Yadha ichchasi tatha kuru. What you wish, what is to be done? You have enough of teaching. Do. I am not here to tell you to do this or do that. It is up to you to do or not to do. That's why in the process, you learn one thing. You destroy your avidya. Because when this avidya is being destroyed, addressed, you will not be influenced by the product of avidya. If you observe, whole thing is nothing. Now here, we all are influenced by avidya, karma, and their family, which starts from kama, krodha, lobha, moha, etc. It's a series of family members. Some way or other, we are affected, we are carried away. So that's why he says, look, the Guru job is to give you or to throw you some light where you are supposed to see that you are the problem. And the more you understand, because if I talk like this, then say, oh, this is what I don't like. Because this sort of teaching is condemning teaching. Whatever I was thinking of myself, now I feel I am condemned. Good, wherever possible, please go. Get, crowned or get supported by so-called teaching. Absolutely no problem. Good for you. However, here he says, if you do that, if you look for support, then that's very nicely in one of the places said, Bahavaha Gurava Samti. Very nice point. Sisya Vitta Pohara. Durlabha Ayam Guru. I think it comes up Devi Bhagavat somewhere. Durlabha Ayam Guru. Sisya Frut Tapaharaka. There are plenty of gurus available. There are plenty of teachers, you can say, available in this world. What they do? Sisya Vitta Apaharaka. They know how to loot the property, the wealth of the disciples. That's why, especially in Italy, if you look at every, 2-3 years, there is a trend in Italy. It's an amazing trend. So you can understand, I don't want to name anybody. So I have been observing last 12 years. I have been coming. First, something, gaga, gaga, gaga. I don't want to tell directly name, okay? So that fellow became very popular. And some 2-3 years. Then one couple came. They became very popular. They went away. So each time in Italy, the trend comes, the wave comes, some 2-3 years. Now also one person is here, okay? Tata tata gaga gaga gaga, okay? So we get it. However, so these are the called how to make the network. And through the network, you do in such a way, people are whether trapped or they get benefit, that is their choice. So that is what it says. There are plenty of teachers available to loot away the money. Whereas there is rare a teacher who takes away truth tapaharakaha. That means the one who is able to take away the worries and anxieties of a student. So the whole teaching is not supporting your worries and anxieties, not postponing your worries and anxieties, but to address your worries and anxieties. And the more you address the worries and anxieties, you discover there is no worries and anxieties. Very nicely, in one place it is being said that, I thought of crossing the samsara. I thought to swim across this river of samsara or this ocean of samsara. But after understanding, I understood there is no samsara, there is no water. So when there is no samsara, there is no water. Where is the need to swim? Wherever I am, there I am comfortable. The illusion was water. The illusion was there is a huge river or ocean. But in reality, there is no river or there is no water at all. There is no ocean at all. That's why there is no need to swim. Here, swimming means struggle. There is no need for me to struggle for anything in my life. Abba, Swamiji, very nice. So that's why I can eat and sleep all the time. Okay. Swamiji, nothing to do. Wow. If you feel that, if you understand that, wish you all the best. Nothing wrong in it. But don't get up, okay? Always sleep permanently. If you sleep also, don't worry, we'll bring some flowers and put on you, okay? So that chapter is closed. Anyway, how? Here, when we talk about Guru, as we were discussing, the first Guru is our mother, not father, unless you are a Muslim or you are influenced by a Muslim teacher. First teacher is our mother. Second teacher becomes father. Then we have 10 many teachers. That's why if you observe, everywhere in the tradition we have a beautiful concept. There is one ritual we have called Akshara Abhyasa. I hope some of you must be remembering. Akshara Abhyasa we call it. First time when you start learning, we don't allow the child to write anything. In our time, we never give a pen or this thing, do this thing, never allow. That is a ritual. So that is called Akshara Abhyasa. It's a beautiful concept. So you practice Akshara. Akshara means literal translation is alphabet. but it has got different meaning. So practice, learn Akshara alphabet to understand Akshara. What is that Akshara? Na Ksharatiti Akshara. That which is never get destroyed means I myself, you yourself. And that's why what they do technically, when the first thing they teach, they took to the teacher or grandparents with parents, somebody, they will put on the plate on auspicious day rice nicely. Then after that, they will take the hand of the child, not with the pen or anything else, okay, with the finger. Then they will make a 3 rounds. Do you know? Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they will say. Means the creator, the sustainer, and the one who changes. So through this, now learning is starting. Means you learn to understand the akshara, not to understand how stupid you are or how to make others stupid. Can you see this concept? So this person, whoever teaches, that person also becomes a teacher, a guru. So every time we have guru. In fact, in Avadhuta Gita, in Bhagavatam, my battery is getting over today. I don't know what happened. In Avadhuta Gita, Avadhuta had 24 gurus. So he has accepted anybody and everybody as guru. A Brahmani Kanya as is a guru. A girl is a guru there. However, here he says the guru can be anybody. And of course, we have different ways we look at. One of the crucial guru, as I said, mother, the being first guru, cannot be replaced. Father, being second guru, cannot be replaced. That's why the first job is before approaching guru, I need to settle account with my first and second guru. If I don't settle account with my first and second guru, there will be some issue in me. So that I need to work on this psychological aspect. Okay, nowhere in the teaching says. Okay, that's why we have this point also. Before approaching a guru, we take the permission from the parents. So to make sure there is no conflict, there is no crash. But nowadays, you know better. You escape. You want to escape from your first and second guru. Go to a guru. Then finally, that guru becomes the extension of your parents. And when that guru becomes extension of your parents, you know what happens, what you do, what you don't do. Okay, let us not get into that point. However, here he says, look, we generally say that first and second guru cannot be replaced, need not be replaced. And as we see, go ahead. Also, the Diksha Guru cannot be replaced. When I say Diksha Guru cannot be replaced, technically I'm using it, but later on it is abused. So Diksha means initiation. Traditionally, the initiation comes from father. So because the initiation comes from father, cannot be replaced. And later on, we also take, through the initiation, the person gets purified, becomes eligible to study, is eligible to do puja, is eligible to do many things. From Pashu becomes human being. So what is the difference between Pashu? Pashu means Pasyati iti Pashu. Look at animal, how the animal is. So animal's head, mouth, and the excretion is one line. If you want to say chakras, all chakras in different way, okay? This way, not this way. Whereas in human being case what? Mouth is here, head is up, and the things are down. So the one who thinks, not only the one who sees, impulsively works, So whenever I work impulsively, like a child, does the child think? Whatever comes to the mind, child does. So that's why a child is called a Pashu, because whatever sees and does impulsively, not using viveka. Here, this ritual, this diksha makes a Pashu as a human being. Then somebody said, look, Swamiji, you are saying, no child as a Pashu will file a case. Okay, in India, everything is possible nowadays, okay? How can you condemn the child activist, okay? With a placard, they will come, okay? However, here, when this is there, that's why this Diksha Guru also cannot be substituted. However, there are different types of gurus, and most importantly, we have called Jnana Guru. And once we come across Jnana Guru, here also I would like to say, Diksha point, I don't want to get into too much. Here, he says, when you come across Jnana Guru will come based on your prarabdha mainly. Because prarabdha makes you to approach Guru in right time. And when you approach Guru in right time, it is your prarabdha also makes you to continue the way you are, including the way you look at. That's why one